Hello, everyone. Welcome to twitch.tv / the Onyx Path, where today we have gathered to play the final episode of Mage, the Awakening Point of No Retreat. I am Travis, my pronouns are he and they, and I will be handing the floor off to the gloriously gifted guide on our journey, Tom Murr. Before I do, there's a couple things I want to go over with y'all. I want to make sure that you are wide aware of the Branch Riders Kickstarter. Branch Riders Kickstarter ends, if I'm not mistaken, in about 23 hours. Yep. So we are at the end of the line for that Kickstarter. If you've not yet done so, please head over, give it a look, check it out, lend it your support. It's a really cool game. I believe a couple people that are on this call have played in actual plays of it and can attest to it being an awesome game. I have not had the opportunity yet, but I'm looking forward to because I'm a backer. So definitely recommend you go over and do that. While we're on the subject of Kickstarters, I would humbly implore you that if you've not yet done so, to please go check out the Kickstarter for Bizarre Kingdoms. That is the Savage Worlds Fantasy Edition / Odysseys and Overlords expansion that I am running for my company, Aegis Studios, over on Kickstarter as well. We're in the final week, and we've got a ways to go to raise up our funds. So, but it's not an insurmountable goal. So head over there, check that out. If you're into old school fantasy and the Savage World system, it is the thing for you. Go give it a look, give it a back, spread the word. Lastly, I am beholden to make you aware that over at IPR we have a lovely sale going on. In addition to having a couple of select Chronicles of Darkness products that are 75% off, we also have Pugmire books and screens, Pirates Pugmire, Monarchies of Mao, I believe some of the Storyteller screens or Story Guide screens, and dice are all on sale over at Indie Press Revolution. Head over there, check that out. These are the traditional printed, the ones that were funded by the Kickstarter, the nice extra special crispy copies. So go snatch you those up while they are on sale. I believe that pays the bills for us. So Tom, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Hello, it's me. I'm Tom. I am very nervous about tonight. I feel the best prepared I ever was, and this is going to go very, very amazingly. But I just want to point two things out. First, I was just made aware by this company called Onyx Path Publishing that the Squeaks in the Deep Companion for Pugmire is now available, digital PDF and a soft cover, so that's also great. And yeah, if you could lend a hand to Bizarre Kingdoms, I can highly recommend it. I read a little bit about the Undersea kingdoms that are portrayed in there, and it sounds very delicious. And apparently just a new preview for the second Undersea realm just dropped. So if this is your kind of jam, and I don't see Undersea scenarios too often, then yeah, maybe look into the thing. And it's just $5. You can do it. So, okay. After
Much
this
appreciated.
this very, very subtle implementation of mind magic, I am ready to dive into the realm of Mage, the Awakening Tom edition. By this point, if you stayed with us this long, you are aware that I am getting all the rules wrong and that I'm probably butchering the setting, but we are having fun, and this is the most important thing. And we're using magic very creatively, like building the perfect spoon tower and expanding it to unimaginable sizes. and destroying a priceless and centuries old magical echo chamber in the process. Um, Everything turns out well, I think. But at least some fairy creatures were happy afterwards. So it was totally worth it. For everyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, don't worry. Here are the most important bits and pieces. We have a cabal of 4 still very fresh mages who had their awakening during a company retreat by the very, very kind and consumer friendly worldwide acting company Helix Inc. Just become whole again. And Helix Inc. basically rented uh, an old castle in the middle of the middle-ish central or at least a little bit eastern European mountains. And it turns out that this 300 people company retreat um, is basically a cover up for a magical siege because within Helix Inc., there is a group of mages who want to get something that it is beneath the castle in the mountain itself. And our players discovered that it is a refuge, a bastion of a magical order that are called by me the Pancryptides. They are called something else. It's a little bit confusing because Pancryptiatis, that's their name, right? The Pancryptiatis. And they are basically magical conservatives who think that they are being imprisoned within the lie that is reality and are held back from their real home, Magic Land. And they don't like sleepers or ordinary people very much because they make magic go kaput and they're not happy about it. So our characters met this order and dis basically discovered the siege and the giant uh, magic source that is within the bastion of the order. And they made a deal not to kill the leaders of Helix Inc., but to create a diversion to make a counter attack possible. And then they set up a trap for invaders to the bastion. And as the trap is still being built, they have been allowed to return to the surface. And there we reconvene with one of our player characters. And before we do this, I think we need to do some introductions because this time I'm got things in the wrong order. So uh, before going into the meat and potatoes of the story, let's start with introductions. And since you are to my left, Ipsy, please introduce yourself.
I am Ibsy. I'm not feeling well today, but I am still here. I am present. And I'm looking forward to exploding in some fitting and dramatic way to end the story. I will be playing Judith, the mysterious whose black and white worldview is rapidly falling apart under the constant pressure of magic. And trying to repair relationships that she has destroyed on in the crushing face of capitalism and her own ambitions to a life out. I think that's about it. I have nothing to promote except don't go to work sick. because that'll ruin your vacation if you have one.
I'm very grateful that you are with us, and if at any point you notice it's enough, just give a sign, and we'll we will be responsible. Responsible, I think it's the word I'm looking for.
You'll take care of it.
Yes,
I
that's
just let me explode in some suitably dramatic and saving
you
fashion.
can explode all the funny ways you want to.
It's great. It's not about funny. It's about a consistency thing. Like every episode in the last chapter, we'll say. Every time I do one of these, my character finds some way to explode herself, and then people dramatically try and save them.
Hmm. Yeah,
So it's an element. In
it
my
def
consistency.
it definitely is. Thank you. Okay, Ren.
Hello, my name is Ren. I'm going to be playing once again Dr. Brian Gilbert, Math Wizard. Um, I am last session's been building up to doing some sort of a change of heart towards certain people we promise certain things to, and I finally made my choice in who I will support, and we will see how that will turn out.
Indeed. Thank you. Josie.
Hi, my name is Josie, they, them. I will be playing Eleanor for the last time. It's gonna hurt just a little bit, but that's fine. I try to keep group cohesion. I try to make spoon towers. I try to please fey creatures. Um, I summon sounds. And I am a time and fate mage. And I hope that not everything will go kaput. I remember from my youth counseling camps and everything that you're allowed to like drop one kid or like have a 10% drop rate. So if you drop one person, it's fine. It's gonna be totally fine. And y'all didn't see it, but Tom's reaction to that was hilarious.
Is distance a factor?
Not physically dropping,
Okay.
like
No,
figuratively dropping.
It's just something I am also familiar with. This has
You can
gone
lose
beyond.
10%.
Yes, just this 10% rule. Like if you're on a field trip with school, or if you're going with Boy Scouts or stuff like this, it's always like 10% is fine. So
Oh,
That's
yeah.
alarming as hell. That's
Welcome to Europe. You'll get lost in the mountains.
so I think it is only funny if you know that if you do any work with children or youth, you are basically already with one foot in prison. So it's a little bit of gallows humor. But
gotcha.
people always get hurt. There's always at least one accident and something you can't foresee, and you always have to call a paramedic or something like this. And then the 10% joke comes in.
Anyway.
Yeah. Welcome to Europe. Okay. And yeah, last but not least, the beautiful Travis.
Hey, I'm beautiful. I'm Travis. My pronouns are he, they. I'll be playing Nancy, whose pronouns are she, her. And she is very unconscious right now. Last time I was here, she had a lung full of water and then lost consciousness. I look forward to seeing how her tale comes to its conclusion.
We shall see. Okay. I think somehow we all already ended on an evening again. No, it's late afternoon, I think. But what is even time? We don't know. We are basically imprisoned within a fate and time prison right now. So whatever shall we do about this? And as Judith had a heart-to-heart with her ex, and basically send her away to leave if she can and take whoever she can with her. And what did Ellie do?
Spoons.
Yeah, there were spoons, but you didn't take the spoons with you. You created a
I
beautiful-
created two spoons were created. A monkey paw spoon by me, and a mathematically perfect spoon by Dr. Brian.
Yes.
And I also repaid my debt partially to loyalty card creature.
I think his name was Choices, actually.
Could be.
Something
What are
something that
names?
sounded familiar.
The Chosen One, that was it.
Yeah, the chosen one.
Goddamn Harry
Chosy.
Potter fanboy.
Yes, he is the
Chosy.
chosen one.
Chosy, indeed.
Yes, finally. Okay, we can end the show. We remembered the name. Everything is all right.
Mission
Okay.
accomplished.
Great. Okay. But I think there's one place that we very, very direly need to go to, and that is the small chapel in the castle where Dr. Capelli and Dr. Gilberts are having a brief talk. And then Capelli said, well, this is something we should discuss in a different place. And then he stood up from his position on the ground and did some gestures in the air and uttered words in the first language. And you are being transported. It is hard to get an idea of distance around you. You can see something that does look like horizon, but it's a little bit fizzy. Like it feels like your mind is making up some sort of border because there is none. And it has difficulties with this. The ground, for the lack of a better word, you're standing upon is unreliable and seems to be drifting. If you had something to focus on, you probably would know in what direction you're moving. But there is nothing except of the feeling that something monumental is behind you, throwing an invisible shade over you, down upon you. Capelli says, if you feel any nausea, it should be gone in a few moments. So, you have important information about the dwellers below.
Yes. I have been there. I have seen what they did. and I know what they are doing. They are preparing an ambush and the counterattack. And I fear that if I let it happen, too many lives will be lost on both sides and to the people that have nothing to do with this. And I think that this war has seen enough damage for something that should have never happened in the first place. The knowledge isn't theirs to hoard. I want this to be over fast so the people can leave and that my new companions can also restart their lives. So I want to make a proposition, a deal, a contract, something like that to try and make sure that everything goes faster, smoother, and will finally be done. Because I do not wish to stay in this castle for so long with amazing knowledge underneath me and the rest of my life behind me.
I think all of us are looking for a quick end of the current situation. So, what is your proposal?
I help you guys get in.
And
I don't know if you have the magics or the means, but if they allow me back in, I could maybe open a portal, a shortcut, or some sort of thing to lower their defenses. I'll already explain what they're trying to do for the trap and the ambush, so you guys are prepared. And so that they don't know that you are prepared.
I see. And don't get me wrong, but that's just something I have to think about since you have apparently been talking to these people, and I could see them making promises to you. How can I be sure that you are not setting me up right now?
Because the only thing that they could promise me is not something I want. I am a scientist, I am a man of knowledge and growth, but there is no growth there. There is only stagnation. Water has to flow to be healthy and to feed. If you just have a pool, it will grow rotten. And just like what they are saying and what they're doing is rotten. They see people, because the term that they use is very weird on the tongue, as an issue and a problem. And since I was one only a few days ago, I took that quite personal. Like, it's not because they cannot use magic that they cannot benefit from it.
You're right. Stasis makes things stale. And there is no growth in staying there. That's why I'm very sure that in the end, we will be down there. It's also true that what you realized is the longer we take, the more people will suffer. And this is not something that I am actually fond of. So, yeah. I think there are ways to create a passageway. And if you could bring a small task force beyond their defenses, this could be over very quickly. If we bring something with a sympathetic link in there, a porter should be able to reach through the defenses. Because you have been going through them too. There must be a way. We can. I think I have an idea. We can use blood relationship. I think one of your friends has a sister. If both of them become part of the spell, we can easily create a doorway.
Will it harm them?
No, it's just about their connection.
I will see what I can do and talk to the one. I think you're talking about our server maintenance person.
Yes. There's one last thing. There's a reason why I brought you here. Close your eyes for a moment. What you're seeing is a distraction. Instead, become aware of your tongue, of your lips, your throat, and your belly. You can't have eaten too much in the last few hours. So I can imagine that you might be quite hungry. At least there should be an appetite. Something that's inherent to every single living creature. The need to feed. And now, use this hunger to search your surroundings. And if you follow these directions, you feel a reverb in the ground. You feel a hunger. But it's not raw. It's not necessary primal. It's much more. There is also hunger for enlightenment, spirituality. There's hunger for truth. There is hunger for dreams, imagination, ideas. There's hunger for something substantially human. And then, like the sound of a big bell, a wave rushes over you. Immense power, expressing itself in this hunger. I can see you felt it. I can show you a few steps on the path that leads to there, to the 7th watchtower. After all of this is done.
There is a twinkle in Dr. Gilbert's eyes, a hunger, a need to know more, like the twinkle of a junkie even being promised what they really want if they do something. And he very eagerly accepts.
So, go there and create the door. Take this, and he places a pen in your hand. This is a second way to create synergy. I will know when you cast the spell that I need to create an entrance as well. We will be ready. With this, you return. If I could remember correctly, Ali was looking for her sister.
We
Or-
did say something about Ellie's sister, yeah. But
If you have any other plans, we can go with them too.
actually I thought about trying to either like contact my sister or try to contact the outside contact that I had a tiny bit. Like when I had the cell reception for
Mhm.
a very few moments, see if anything changed, see if I can do anything.
If you're on your own, you can't get a connection to the outside.
Nancy isn't awake yet.
You can look for Nancy. She have to wake up at some point.
Think I'd maybe go to my sister first to explain that she will have to be on her toes and get out of here as soon as possible.
Okay. You find her at the buffet in the big event hall where all the people are playing all the cool games like Branch Riders and this amazing new extension called Bizarre Kingdoms. Apparently they got their hands on, but there's one table that got like a thrift copy of something that they're not supposed to have called mythic sharks for some Skyen game. Not entirely sure about this one, but there are things happening on these tables and many dice are being rolled.
I so maybe we can make like a little compilation of every time we insert a different game into this. But I'm going to scout out the room first a bit because I know that she can get very, very attached the moment I even set a step towards her. So after that, I'll try to be as inconspicuous as possible and tap her on the shoulder.
Ali, says Theodora.
Theodora, I have come to warn you.
Oh no.
Whatever you think it is not what you think it is.
Okay.
I know it's difficult, but just trust me on this one, okay? Just for once.
First, Rupert seemed fine. I think he might actually be a good fit. Looks like good family material to me. Like
It's not about that.
reliable
Not
and
about-
not any exotic hobbies, good income or two, and some reasonable religious views, I have to say. But yeah, no, it's not about him.
No.
Okay.
If you notice anything, if you feel the earth start shaking, if you feel anything is off, if your gut says something is wrong, get out of here ASAP.
She has to she's following her own train of thought, and then she looks at you as if she realized something. You're trying to get rid of me.
No, absolutely not. Because I will be running as well.
Okay, sure.
Others should be running as well.
Where to? We're in the middle of the mountains. I think we need a bus to get away from here to even get to some spot of civilization. And everybody here is having fun. Everything is fine. It's just that honestly, you and your friends are
mhm.
kind of a bummer, to be honest.
Then, first of all, good reason to like get rid of me. Second of all, Ipsy, do I know about the evacuation plan that your ex is doing? Have you told us about that?
Let's say yes.
Okay, for
I don't know.
consistency reasons, I wanted to ask.
I
Okay,
don't remember, but yes.
I
So,
think we
cool.
we ended with
Thanks.
this last session, so we can say within the 10 minutes of that, after that, you could have a talk or a
With the
brief few
system I set
text
up for
this.
the phones,
Yes.
yeah, the subnet system. Other people will be evacuating as well. You'll notice. What's the name of your ex again? Sorry, I forgot.
It's Sadie.
Let's see, Sadie. I don't know if you know Sadie, but she will be normally, if everything goes well, she will be leading the evacuation. Join them. Go with them.
Okay. Okay.
This is
And
for your own safety.
she sits down, looking at you and says, "This is the first time in years that you are concerned about my safety. I am trying to save you for at least a decade."
Oh, but this fat is way more physical. It's not the Lord works in mysterious ways. This is, I know exactly what is going on. I know approximately what's going to happen. This is not something of saving your soul for eternal, saving your soul from eternal damnation. This is saving your corporeal body right now. And haven't the scriptures taught you? If you don't get out of safety, or if you don't get into safety, or if you don't follow instructions and basically kill yourself, that's taking the agency of God away to end your life and putting it in your own hands. Wasn't that a sin? Care for the life that has been given to you, right? Only He can take it away.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, and this goes both ways.
I do what is required of me. I am neck deep in this. That's why I came to warn you.
Okay.
And do me a favor if you get out of here. Try to look up my birth certificate. I write down my password to everything, like my big password key from my password manager. I write it down on a piece of paper and give it to her. This gives you access to everything. Look at it. Please try to log in. Facebook, Twitter, anything. If everything's okay, it will make you none the wiser. If everything is not okay, it will spawn more questions, but it will also answer a few.
Okay. And you can see in the way she's looking at you that she's trying to twist this already to make this a salvation message to you, like that you are actively working on being saved right now, caring for
Sure.
her and stuff, but she then thinks better of it and says, okay, we will see each other, right?
Yes.
I need at least another chance. It's not entirely clear
Sure.
that she is meaning it as she is saying it. Like, maybe it's not about saving you.
Look, Theodora, whatever the case, if you don't make it out of it, who knows?
I will have a look for Sadie. She is head of security, isn't she?
Head of something, important person, always got a bitch look on her face. You'll recognize it immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell her that Judy and Ellie sent you, okay? And that you approximately know what's going on, and that you're going with the evacuation.
Okay. I guess good luck. Yeah. I
You know
I
me, Theodora. I tend to defy odds. This will be no other time. This will be the exact same again.
better run fast. I think
Time is not an issue.
I maybe should look for Rupert then.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Good luck.
thank you. She gets up and leaves.
The moment she leaves and I know that she's out of my sight, just go. have to use scripture language against her. Who would have thought? Who would have fucking goddamn thought?
Well, I think there are two people we have to catch up with. And these are Nancy and Judith. And I think it's Judith realizing that Nancy is waking up. Judith is realizing that Nancy is waking up.
All right, I will sit by Nancy's bed and like be on my phone. But it's all stuff like trying to coordinate schedules and looking at best routes out of here according to the map that I have, you know, that sort of thing.
I think as Nancy gains consciousness, she's probably going to violently eject whatever remains in her lungs, followed by whatever remains in her stomach, onto the floor next to her.
I have a bucket prepared for that. There's a little bit of soap and water in there to keep this from spreading.
It's very thoughtful.
It's something, well, I don't know if Judith would know this, but it's something you learn as a mom. The kid is being sick, and then just have it. It's better.
Once that's done, I will look up and say, it didn't work.
We're back. It worked. You got them what they asked for, and we're trying to figure out how.
Trying to figure out how to get out. I thought that was what we went for.
We're trying to get everyone else out too.
Forgive me, this probably sounds selfish, but isn't that a problem we can solve from outside?
Some of us still have family here. We're just trying to coordinate the last efforts, make sure everyone gets out safely. As many people as we can. You
Okay.
did unfortunately miss the Spoon Tower.
Oh,
Uh,
that's
yeah.
a shame.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think you would have enjoyed that. So, but also we wanted to make sure that you were going to get out of it okay.
I appreciate that. Do you have any water?
Yeah, and I have a bottle of water.
I'll swish it around and spit it into the bucket. Okay, so what do we need to do next? What's next on the agenda?
Making sure as many people are out of this place as possible. Sadie is coordinating that. Ellie went to go talk to her sister.
Okay, so
No, where Brian is actually.
we're just waiting around. Is that?
Well, I'm waiting for you.
I'm here.
Again, the whole not abandoning people in their hour of need situation.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Look, I'm not going to pretend I'm the world's greatest mom or even the world's okayest mom. I'm pretty firmly in the world's shittiest mom category. I'm there. I know where I'm at. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to leave you to the wolves.
No, I appreciate that. You're giving me exactly the kindness and consideration you're giving all the rest of the people that we're not going to leave behind. I get it. I'll get up and stand up and sort of start dusting myself off.
Yeah.
So
We're also waiting for um the pan pancake no Pannkuchen, no, that's not it either.
pen,
Pancreas.
pentateuch, pentagram, pentacle.
Hold on, I have it written down somewhere. Hang on.
Have you heard from my dad?
No. Pancryptious. Pancryptious.
That sounds important.
Yep, they're gonna spring the trap. So yeah. I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
Thanks. I am, in fact,
From the pancake eaters.
okay, I think. Um,
All right.
I'm not like wounded in any way that I can perceive, right?
You aren't wounded.
Yeah, I'm good. So these pan fried mages or whatever are gonna come
Yeah.
and turn off the magic trap so we can go.
Yeah, basically. Do you have everything you need? I have packed my things while waiting for you.
I mean, like, there's stuff in my room that I. Where the hell are we anyway?
We are in my room.
Oh,
I don't have a key to your room, and
I,
also that would be rude and intrusive.
I was expecting to be in the caverns still. I mean, there's stuff in my room. I don't know that I give enough of a shit about it to like make it a problem. But if we've got time to kill, I suppose I can go pack.
Just
Um,
let's do this quickly, and then we'll get going. I'll go find Ellie and maybe Brian. I'm not sure I know where he is. Well, he knows the point. It'll be
yeah, we're not waiting for him, right?
not especially. No,
Yeah.
I mean,
Good. Um,
I hope he's on. He should be fully aware of what is expected of him. So,
well, when you get hold of Ellie, see if she can get a hold of Dad and make sure he doesn't come here. Tell him to wait at
yeah,
get a hotel in town and wait or something.
yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully, if we are as isolated from the world as we are, and that extends, hopefully people should have as harder time getting in as we are having. But let's focus on that later. I will go find Ellie. You pack. We'll meet down by the bus outside.
Perfect. Sounds great. I will get up and go to my door.
I will go find Ellie.
Let's handle it this way. What is everybody doing in preparation? Time is almost up. It is almost showtime. So
Packing all the important things I brought with me, like, several terabytes of hard disks and everything. My library I spent so many points on. Try to only bring the necessary things, but no tech dude has ever only brought the necessary things. And try to speed that up with a little bit of time magic if I can, just very softly, just make things go more fluently.
I'm going to use just one spell in my room. The second prime, as above, so below, to enhance my piece of chalk. Mostly like cleaning and fixing your weapon a bit.
Mhm.
Because I think I might be able to need the 8 again on spellcasting rolls.
Possibly. Okay. How are Judith and Nancy preparing?
Sorry, Judith is packing all of her shit, has packed all of her shit, puts it on the bus, and has her phone keyed up to send out messages as soon as it's free of the barrier to let Nancy's dad know what's going on and what happened.
If you're sending them only the regular way, they don't reach.
No, it's huge so that I'm on the understanding that there's like less than an hour.
There is not much time, yes.
Right. So these messages are queued to go out in an hour.
Okay. No, I understand. Thank you.
Yes. So it's just set up and ready to go. It's not actually there. And then I'm gonna get the catatonic lady out.
Oh, yeah. That's a brilliant idea. Sophie.
It just feels inappropriate to leave her behind after all of this.
Yeah, I think actually Sadie took care of her and brought her into the paramedics room that was set up. So you can pick her up there and get her to the slowly growing crowd at the buses.
Yeah. So as long as that's done, and then I will check on Ellie and
Mhm.
Brian.
Yeah. And Nancy.
I am going to pack my bags, obviously. And I'm going to use. I'd like to do a fabricate fortune effect on myself. It's fate 2.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, the way I'm reading this is the spell conceals or falsifies fates and destiny. It can be used to trick conditional durations or spells with conditional triggers into ignoring an event that meets the defined condition or into acting as though the stipulated event has come to pass. It can create false omens regarding the subject when scrutinized by fate magic. All such deceptions provoke a clash of wills against those attempting to overcome its protections. So basically, what I'm trying to do is set it up so that if there are any like conditional wards or conditional effects that we're going to pass by, they're just not going to notice me.
Mm-hmm. This sounds good. Perfect. So, as the actual thunderstorm outside of my window is growing in strength, I think all 4 of you can feel the atmosphere charging with static. And you can feel that something is about to happen. You reconvene close to the restricted area, from where you can see the growing crowd at the buses. And apparently they're packing and getting people inside. It is still within the barrier, so one would have to see how or if they are leaving. But you have important matters to attend to.
I look for Ellie.
I
And
think, yeah, you
uh,
meet up.
yeah, and then once I find Ellie, I take her apart for a tiny bit and ask, do you remember that time when you cast that fate magic and you know that the quickest way to fix this was through me?
Yes.
I found out how.
How?
I found a way. I can't explain it
How?
completely, but I know that it will be the way that the least people get hurt.
Who? Who? Who told you this? What's going on?
I can stop this battle almost immediately. Because this siege, these traps, they will be constant, they will be violent, they will be casting magic left, right, and center, where all these people, and they will get caught in the crossfire, including your sister, including Sadie, including everyone. I want to take the battle down there, where the people upstairs don't get accidental fireballs in the face. But I will need a favor.
Just Ellie just stares at you, like blank. You know
It-
what? You know what? Allow me. And I don't give you a moment to allow me. And the whole thing of are you friend or are you foe? That little omen sensing. I think it would be fun to cast that on you, just for shits and giggles. I would have to figure out where that one was, but I think that was Fate. There. Um, not serendipity. Probability, fabricate fortune. Where did I have that spell again? Shit.
Is it a time spell?
Could be. Let me check. Open a second tab with this book and then open a third tab with all my different spell lists. Time. There we are.
It is a time one spell, momentary
time.
flux.
Yes, yes. I thought it was fate because it would make sense to be fate, but it also makes sense for time. So I cast momentary flux on our poor little Brian. Do you resist?
Nope.
Then let's go through with the spell.
And I'm very convinced that I'm a friend.
Where does he go? Except what the spell itself does not tell the mage exactly what will happen, only whether it will prove good or bad for her. So, um,
Now I made it
what
difficult.
do you say would be good for you?
On the one hand, saving people is fun, saving people is nice. That's kind of the whole job here, yeah. But also, sticking it to Helix is funny. Sticking it to the people that um that want this place, as in like that started this, taking the aggressor out would be good for me.
Then no. This is going badly for you. Very, very badly.
So it's just going badly because you're a cunt.
Excuse me? I physically recoil. What the fuck is your plan?
I want to make sure that no more humans are getting killed.
What the fuck is your plan?
Well, I'm not gonna tell you if you're gonna be like
Be like what?
this aggressive.
Passive? Brian, what is your plan?
I fear with how you recoiled from what you did, that if I tell you, you would try to stop me.
Fine.
I'm gonna make sure that all you guys get out of here safely. If you understand it or not, that's your own issue. And
Oh, suddenly I don't understand it anymore? Is it all above my head? Is it something that you need a doctorate to understand?
no, it is about matters of principle. And some people just don't have principles. Yeah,
Implying?
whatever you want it to be. And I walk down into the vaults.
So, who is joining Brian?
I'm not letting this motherfucker out of my sight. I am tailing this man. I am tailing this man and try to be sneaky about it. I don't like where this is going.
Judith? Are you following? Judith?
Ipsy?
Ipsy?
I'm not hearing. Sorry. Could you repeat?
I was asking if you're going to follow Brian as he is going down into the catacombs, probably pulling through with his horrible, horrible plan.
I'm really sorry about not hearing. Your
It's-
voice is very soft
Okay.
and soothing and like ASMR.
Okay.
And you're just like,
Okay.
thank you.
Judith, here's the thing.
Thank you.
Brian is doing something, is planning something horrible. That's what you can guess from Ali's reaction. He is walking down the into the catacombs. Ali is trailing him, and I want to know if you're joining or doing something completely different.
I am going with her. I have to just stop nefarious deeds. That's my whole purpose as an Aristides.
Okay. And how about Nancy?
Well, I mean, like I'm walking out of my room with like my rolling luggage and my backpack. Do I see anybody? Like,
I think you had definitely the opportunity to at least observe the situation.
so everybody's kind of going together in one direction, right?
Brian is taking the lead, and Ali is angrily following with some distance, and Judy is with her.
Yes.
Well, then I mean, I'm assuming that's where we're going, so I'm just following along. Like I do not have the emotional connection to this moment that the others do. I'm annoyed, but that's about it.
And okay. As the four of you are taking down the stairs into the dusty underbelly of the castle and getting closer to the core, the immense power source that which present you have felt since the moment of your awakening, you remember the vision that you had, Nancy, and you remember that you set up the living forest room at a place where you expected the next attack. And now you are remembering that the attack is coming from a different angle.
Yeah, like from where?
That's up to Brian to decide from where.
It will be from inside the library.
Is that where we're heading?
Mhm.
You are heading to the bastion, and there's the library, yes.
I say I'm getting some bad mojo from the library.
Library, you say? Well, I've been getting some really bad mojo too. I whisper as we are, like, three of us are Monty Python style trailing Brian. Clank, clank, clank. Um, and say, I just did the omen spell. You know, you can do that one too, right? The whole, are you good or bad? Are you friend or foe?
Sure. I
Uga
suppose.
chaga. He's foe, very much.
Who is?
I'm not a foe. I'm not aligned with what you want.
That's a foe. Fuck off.
I think there's some distance between you, so this is considered OC. OOC. Out of character, yeah.
So, what do you think he's trying to do?
He's trying to minimize the amount of people that get caught in the crossfire and tries to fix this on his own and does the thing that he thinks will work the best for his principles.
Okay. It's kind of what
And
we
he
all.
didn't want to tell me what he was going to do.
So you didn't just look.
I do not have a good feeling about this.
I'm going to start angrily chanting in high speech as I peel back the curtain of time and look into the future.
Let's make this a Gnosis future Gnosis type spell. You are definitely getting support by Judy.
If you want support in looking through time, I can also, I don't know if there's a mechanic for that, just be like, time. Oh.
There are mechanics for this, and I've forgotten all of them. And a few minutes before the break, I'm not gonna look them up.
That's fine. That's fair. Looks like I got a whopping 0 successes.
Okay. What was your goal to see?
My goal was to see what our friend Brian is going to do.
Okay. What you see instead is a plane landing, and people are since it is since it's just a small airport, getting directly from the stairs to the tarmac, and you can see your dad arriving. He looks like he packed his backpack very rushed, and you don't expect him to have any further luggage, so he's making his way fast towards the terminal and trying to reach you. He is on his way, and he is closer by than before.
I see. Okay, so that's I got the magical equivalent of ask again later. But we need to haul ass because my dad's going to be here soon, and I don't want him getting caught up in this. So Judith tells me that there's a way out. Yes, no, maybe.
We're planning on getting people out. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we have to make the effort, right? I don't know. Look, my expertise here is make a plan and follow through. It's not does the plan work. I am in this whole world of things I don't know. If we were at work and we were back at the office, right? People would be like, oh, terrible thing happening. And I would be like, great, everyone out. And then we would get everyone out and then we would solve the problem.
What's
that's what I'm doing.
What's our actual plan to get out of here?
Leave.
Your actual plan is to help the Pancryptites getting rid of the siege, or at least winning the next stage. Then they will probably have the capabilities to break the barrier with you together. That's the plan that you made before Brian introduced his private plan.
All right, so let's go do that.
Okay. It takes you a little bit more time, a little bit more way to finally reach the destroyed room that you recreated. The room of scriptures that are covering the walls and that had a beautiful statue in the middle. The place that has a portal into the bastion of the Pancryptites. Pancryptiates, whatever. And Brian knows how to open the doorway. And so he does. Yes?
Can I try to hex him?
You sure can hex him.
Okay. I'm going to do that with exceptional luck. The mage blesses the subject endeavors or curses them with misfortune, whether good or bad. The subject's luck is truly exceptional. Spells bestows a boon or inflicts a hex on the subject. You may withstand it with composure.
Yeah, I think this is very much withstood. So basically, let's do it this way. Brian is rolling composure and gnosis, and Ellie is rolling fate and gnosis.
I'm dropping a willpower into this.
So am I. It just adds 3 dice, right?
Yes, unless it is about defensive stuff, then it adds 2 to your defense or your defensive attribute. So I think you gain 2 dice actually.
Okay.
But we are already in the getting everything wrong segment of the show. So
Well, do I have this as a thingy? No, I don't have this as one of the fun thingies. 3 for my willpower, 3 for fate, and 2 for gnosis. Get fucked.
wow. Okay. The way how we are handling this is that you're gonna tell me, or are you gonna look up the spell in the shortly incoming, soon to income break? And since this is between 2 players, I think the effect has to happen with consent. So I'll offer the player, when the effect comes into play, the option to basically veto, since this is between players and not against an NPC. Okay. So when do you hex Brian?
From the moment he starts doing something conspicuous, like casting a spell.
Okay. He is casting a spell to open the door into the bastion. So this is before you enter.
From the moment I notice that he's casting a spell, I just anything that like incurs like bad luck and everything, I think of that, like black cats walking under the ladders, not walking on the white stripes of like a pedestrians crossing, all of those things. I channel them, every single Christian and pagan superstition that I know.
And I think Brian might notice that something is now clinging to him, like a bit of dirt that you can't really get rid of. But you have important things to do. So you walk through the doorway, and just a few moments later, the other 3 do too. And you're not entering the round room with the pool in the middle where you have sat down with Moira to discuss your situation, but instead you're entering a petrified forest. Trees, bushes, animals, an owl, and a big stone trunk in the center of the place. The room is much larger than before you've seen it, since the last time you've seen it. And you feel a humming, another reverb, and you can hear an almost inaudible buzzing, like from thousands and thousands of bees hiding in the bushwork. And now we are going on a short break, and we'll be back in a few seconds or minutes.
All right,
What
rock and
even
roll.
is time?
If you're watching this live, hang out until you see our pretty faces again. If you're watching this on VOD, just hit fast forward. While you are waiting, I will throw some links in the chat that you should go check out. We'll be back momentarily. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Onyx Path Twitch. If you're just joining us, this is the final episode of Point of No Retreat. We just had our first PvP interaction, one might say. And it'll be interesting to see where the rest of this goes. Hopefully you've had a chance to check out the links in chat during the downtime, but if you've not, I have pinned the Branch Riders link in the chat. If you scroll up, you can see the links for Bizarre Kingdoms and for the Squeak's Companion. Tom, the floor is yours.
Thank you. We see our 4 mages going through the doorway into the bastion of the Pancryptiatis. And on the other side, they are greeted by a petrified forest within a cave that is much larger than the last time they've been here. The place hums with supernal energy. It is different from the last time they've been in the petrified forest. It feels so much closer to the strange place that Nancy and Judith have entered to bring a peace to this place, to move the cave to its current location. And you are sure that very, very slowly the leaves are moving, the eyes of the fox are following. Unlike the last time, it is not completely still. The gate to the other realm must be leaking energy. It must be feeding the place somehow. It actually gives you the vibes that it would be an even worse idea to cast spells here than in the echo chamber. There are no dampening spells in place. This doesn't feel right. But that's not your goal, is it, Brian?
Nope. I walk towards the Tower of Spoons.
Which is the former echo chamber. You see that as you reach it, that the tower itself has now a polished surface that reflects light like a mirror. And it is still made of spoons, so it's deflecting the light into all different directions. It actually looks like a diffusion shield, a very defensible position.
And I try to get into the tower through a door.
Yeah, the door is there and it is open. And I am not entirely sure. My mind just now creates a throne within the main hall on the floor level, ground level of the tower. You can see that where is my dictionary? Supplies have been stacked in here. So this is maybe a fallback position. Aside of that, it's basically empty.
I'm gonna take the pen
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to use my prime and my space for secret door.
Do you want to open the doorway to Capelli?
Yes.
You would also need Ellie for this because Ellie and
Mm,
Theodora are your sympathetic links. The pen is
mm,
only there to tell Capelli that you're starting the spell. Just to get
mm,
this
mhm,
straight, you wanted to go to the library before this.
mhm. But since I saw the tower now, and that's a very defensive position,
I see.
and if they start fighting in the library, I'm afraid the books might get damaged.
Good thinking.
And
Okay.
I do it for the books. They did
For
nothing
the
wrong.
books.
Is it all for the bookie? The bookie. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So since you're followed by them, you're not right now in the presence of your three
Mhm,
companions.
mhm. Then I will go deeper into the tower and see if they follow.
Are you following?
I know my way around to Spoon Tower. I was there when it was built.
I've never seen this tower before. What's it look like?
Well, it started basically as an anti-boredom activity by the faun, the satyr, and he just stacked spoons atop of each other. And then Nancy went into there after the tower was toppled over to reconstruct it, but this time with science magic, and found the best places to put down the spoons. And it is it yeah, it's somewhere between a Jenga tower and something you would build from cutlery. And now it is grown in size. So you have gigantic spoons making the walls. What do we know about it? It's very high. It goes beyond the limits of the room it has been in before. And it has some windows and a door. And a spiral staircase leading up.
I will look to my left and look to my right and ask, this part of the plan?
I don't know. I don't know why he's going here.
Pass out for like a few hours.
Yeah, we built this with a fake creature.
We built it with the yeah, I don't know what is that thing.
I'm afraid I don't want to know, but it's my friends.
It's your friend. Okay.
Is it friendly enough to get us out of here?
It tried to, or well,
Yeah.
it said it tried to and it couldn't.
Awesome. Hey, Brian, what you doing?
Looking for the creature.
What?
What creature?
And I'm waiting upstairs till the rest follows.
I'm
Sure.
yelling from the ground. What creature?
A tall goat-like man. Looks a bit like a satyr.
What does the
Okay,
goat man
that's-
have to do with us getting home?
He's good with making doorways and finding safe places to stay.
So we got everybody ready to evacuate, and we don't actually have a door out yet.
Nope.
I am ready to push Brian off the tower, so I'm going upstairs.
The moment that Eleanor is close enough, I cast my gateway.
You have to touch her.
If Ellie's going in, I'm going to follow.
So we are basically on the second floor. Brian has the beautiful view of a half covered window. The top half is covered by stone because the ceiling of the cave is starting there, and below on the bottom half you can look down in the remnants of the echo chamber. There are 4 windows like this, and then there's the spiral staircase leading up. And Ellie is coming up the staircase. So what you're gonna do?
When she enters, like, gets on top of the staircase, I bump into her.
You bump into her.
Mhm.
Okay. And then you do your spell.
Yep.
Okay. You can start rolling your space
Does
and
the tower still
gnosis.
boost?
Let me get to this in a
Mhm.
second. You take space, you take gnosis, and you take the bonus from your enchanted chalk. And then there's a deal I want to offer to you. You feel there's still something in the room. It's not the... Oh, yeah, actually, it is the... it's hard to differentiate, but there's still some power that you can draw upon, which would be 2 additional dice. If you roll no success, this will be a dramatic failure.
Two successes.
Wonderful. Okay. Ellie, you feel Brian bumping into you. And instead of like taking care of himself, getting back to balance or anything like this, he starts drawing signs in high speech and pulling on the strings of space. And you suddenly feel the presence of Theodora as if she was standing right next to you, as if she came back to add something to your conversation from before, as if there's something that she needed to say to you.
Tia? What the fuck are you doing?
And as this happens, as you feel this and probably also get a little bit out of balance, there the half of the room you're looking at, it isn't there anymore. It looks more like the chapel from the castle, and there are 4 robed people wearing hoods over their faces. They're clad in black. And they are holding strange implements, a long knife, a fishing spear. One of them is holding a pair of shackles. And another one you can't really see. Is it a compass they're holding in their hand? There's also Capelli. And his hand rests on Theodora's shoulder. And since there's no distance or barrier stopping any travel between the places one can see, they just step into the tower. This can be seen by everyone. And this is what I want to impose as the hex, which is taking hold of Brian as your newfound allies enter the room. One of them gets a little bit too close, and you actually fall a little bit, and your hand is being thrown against the railing, and your fingers let go loose of the chalk. And we can see it flying downstairs, passing by Nancy and Judy.
Can I catch it?
You can catch it if you want to.
I
Wait, sorry. I have to, I announced it. Is this okay, Brian?
Sure, I will jump after it down the stairs.
Catch Brian.
Can I catch the
these
chalk
hands.
and then like literally just step back?
Let's make this a dexterity athletics roll.
That's gonna be amazing. I have athletics, so, but I think my dexterity is quite good.
Yet you're working against the hack, so I impose a penalty of 2 to your roll, Brian.
Yes.
Do I need to roll as well?
Yeah, you need to roll to
0. 2 dice.
That's 1.
So, Nancy, you're catching the chalk. Brian is jumping down the stairs and missing, and probably now tumbling down.
I am an old man.
And as soon as the black-robed people enter the tower, they take a quick moment to look around. They identify the 4 of you, probably don't pay you much attention, although
Yes,
one of them is keeping an eye on you. And
was
the
in the deal
others,
not to harm them.
that's right. And the others are walking towards the windows very quickly. And as soon as they can look outside, they dematerialize and are probably teleporting into the echo chamber.
Do we know who those people are?
These are the people who are destroying the souls of sleepers to get through the barriers to the Pancryptiates. So these are Helix mages.
And now they don't have to do it anymore.
Did Brian hit the ground?
Probably after hitting a few more stairs, yes.
It's good. I would like to rewind time and throw him down the fucking stairs again.
Okay, let's do this.
I love you,
But
Travis.
but
Maybe
first,
just an infinite loop.
that's an interesting question. But also, Ren, is this okay?
You sure?
Okay.
I did what I had to do. I can die in peace.
Perfect. Then let's do a time rewind. Time Gnosis, and I am offering you the same deal. With one exception, it's actually 4 dice you receive if you take the dramatic failure if you roll not a single success.
Oh, sure. Yeah, let's do it.
And Brian can resist by rolling Gnosis. And do we have
Composure?
time?
I don't have time.
You don't have time. Then it's probably Prime.
That would be 2 successes I got.
Is Brian still hexed? Doesn't matter.
Perfect. Okay. We can see as Nancy is taking a quick look at the scene, understanding what's happening. How do you turn back time?
I probably like start saying like in high speech, like, "Oh no, you don't," and I reach my hand out and I literally twist time backwards. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to turn over to, I guess, Judith, the only one that's right close to me, and I'm just going to say, "He let those fuckers in." And then, boom, 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 boom again.
And then you're throwing him back down the staircase.
Yeah. I assume with one success, I can't rewind time back far enough that I can actually do anything about them coming in. So
no. Also, as you reach out, you can immediately feel that there is like a shield directed into your direction, and Capelli is having a very close eye on you, and then he says, "Well, this part worked perfectly. Don't do anything stupid, and this will be over in a second."
Can I use space to make it difficult for them to walk and therefore trip down the stairs in a very undignified way?
They are not using the stairs. They are using space magic on their own to teleport through the windows. So they are leaving quick. They are on the attack now. They need to get to their targets before, let's say, you can alarm them.
do I have
Can I get rid of the?
Wait.
Go ahead, Travis.
I was gonna say, do I have line of sight on Capelli? Do I have a line of sight on Capelli? Like, can I see Capelli and affect him with magic?
You can see Capelli.
Good. I'd like to spend a willpower, and I'm going to say Capelli, "Oh, this will be over faster than you think for you," and I'm going to use Weight of Years on him.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. Ipsy, do you have also an idea?
Do I have what?
Do you have an idea what you want to do? Because I think we interrupted you.
Yeah. I want to. I don't know if you can do this in Awakening,
We will see.
but I want to use my knowledge of space magic to undo their spells.
This would be a counter spell.
Yes.
Yes, there's very much something that you can do. Since you're using the same arcanum as they are, you can totally do this, which actually makes me have to roll for them. So this is very easy. You roll space and gnosis. They roll space and gnosis. And if you have more successes than them, you can stop them.
Can I willpower this?
You can willpower, and you can use the +2 dice bonus that I offered. But if you don't roll any successes, this is a dramatic failure.
I'll do that. Okay, so that's with willpower. And then
With
+2.
willpower,
What does willpower give me again? I'm sorry.
this will give you 3 additional dice.
So +5. Okay.
Okay. Does Travis need anything for his spell?
Yeah, just do I get so do I spend willpower? Do I get that additional 2 dice as well?
If
I
this
wanna
is
risk it?
time magic,
Yes, it is.
what I am assuming, it is a 4 dice
Excellent.
bonus, actually.
I'll take it.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know why it's saying that I am Ren, but I got 4 successes on the weight of years.
I got
Perf.
1.
Yeah, I think this is my best roll with an NPC yet. So they are porting away. You can't stop them.
I tried.
You tried, yes. Okay.
I have one more thing I would like to try to do.
Yes.
Can I jump on them?
I think we're down the
Since you're-
stairs from them, aren't we?
Yes, you're on the stairs, and you would have to cover the distance, and you're trying to counter spell their spell, so you're casting at the same time as they are.
I
So-
think the only person who can physically touch them is me
And
Okay.
because I'm up there.
Yeah, and you would also have to make a few steps to reach them.
Can I do something about this? I can, but I'm also looking at the fluency of the game if this will disrupt things too much.
I have no idea if it will disrupt things. I need to handle
See?
the weight of ages first. Because Capelli is definitely going to counterspell you. Zoop de doop de doop de doop. Okay. No, this is better. Not rolling a 1d100. What's up with these guys? Okay. You are throwing. Now, how does it look as you start throwing the weight of ages at him?
I think my eyes kind of like go black, and I start, I sort of turn my hand this way to crank time back. I'm just going to look at him and turn my hand the other way to crank time forward a lot. But like doing this number until like my hand is pretty much like a blur of motion. Because I'm trying to age him to dust. I know that I probably don't have enough success to do it, but I'm sure going to try. I want him to look like, in Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade when the dude drank from the wrong grail. Like, that's the vibe I'm going for.
Yeah. And you can see that your spell is starting to take hold, and how his skin is getting wrinkly and more transparent. And then he stretches out his right arm. His left arm is still on the shoulder of Theodora, as if to signify, well, I'm doing this in this direction. I could do it into the other as well. And you can see how the aging effect is reversed and growing stronger, basically in a movement towards his arm. And in the end, there's only a few specks, like elderly get them on their skin, left on his right hand. So he's not directing this into Theodora. He is directing it into a different direction. So you had an effect. He didn't negate your spell completely, but he reduced the effect, and I'm probably doing Mage wrong right now.
That's fine. Did he take any damage from it? That's all.
He did. He did
Awesome.
definitely, yes.
Okay. I will start to panic because he basically threatened, like, I can send this wherever the fuck I want, and he's holding an arm around my sister.
Yes.
It's withered though. It's like his strong hand. Like it's,
Like a chicken leg.
Well, while everybody is focused upstairs and I'm downstairs, I take the door outside and go to the library. and
downstairs
hide.
again. I would like to point out.
Again and again and no, not again. Okay, you are walking over to the library. Before you end up there, I have something very important to tell you. But let's go first with Josie's action because
I just want to cast Shield of
waiting.
Chronos on my sister.
Oh, that's a brilliant idea.
I know, right? For once.
Yeah, it's yeah, since we established that sympathetic links are very important, you don't need to touch her. You have the link already, so you can cast at Gnosis and Time. And there's still the boon of the very special storyteller deal.
Yes. 4?
It's 4 for time magic.
That's a 3.
That's 3 successes.
Mhm.
Wonderful. So immediately you can see that she is being bolstered. There are some glowing glyphs for your mage sight to see around her.
I think we have overlooked something the entire time.
What's that?
Paradox.
That is correct. We ignored Paradox. For this session, I looked at Paradox for every other session and it never became relevant because you rolled it away all the fucking time.
First session, I took paradox damage.
Yeah, you're right. We had one Paradox incident.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have said nothing. Fuck. But fine. I want to take a penalty for this drama. I love it.
Wonderful.
Or like not if it's too much work to like think of like the rules
it
for this.
messes with my quick and dirty way to handle magic right now.
Capelli could turn into a sleepwalker for a while.
This could also be happening. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Then it's solved, and we don't even have to think about this.
He was probably smart enough to not compromise his own siege if
Sorry for pointing this out. It was like the realization of, oh fuck, what if they just all made their paradox rolls?
Yeah, they all made it. No, actually, this is a brilliant idea because Capelli is very smart, so he turned her into a sleepwalker for the scene. So she doesn't invoke any paradox.
Prime magic.
Prime magic! Perfect. Okay. Now, after some tumbling down the stairs, some trying to prevent mages from teleporting away, some time dueling and intense battle, Brian comes down to the ground floor. And now, as you are here, you realize something. The enhancement effect of the echo chamber is very much still in place. The tower is adding to it. And as you walk through the door into the echo chamber, or what appeared to be left of it, you get the feeling that you're actually ended up in a trap. Something is so fundamentally wrong right now.
And I walk backwards.
You can. As you walk backwards, you notice that in the walls behind the tapestry there are glowing sigils. And from the brief look you had at them, you roughly put them into one of the earliest stages that have been used in the scripture room, the place that was completely covered in runes and writing. Some of the earliest writing from this room resembles the age of the runes that are embedded in these walls.
I don't know what to do with this. The thing is, like, I lost my, like, 80% of my magical capabilities by losing my chalk. I'll just try to study the runes, try to see what they do and how I get out of here.
Okay. You're getting over to the walls and study the runes. You you hear some noise from the tunnel. Sounds like screaming, and then there is a booming sound like from a gigantic amplifier throwing a sound wave roughly into your direction. And then you can hear pain-filled screams coming from there. And then the first black-robed person crawls back into the echo chamber. Okay, you're gonna study. I just wanted to say make a learning check, but we don't have learning. We have occult and we have wits. You can roll me this. Okay, and
Can't I use intelligence?
if you take your time, sure.
Yeah, I will take my time because I am not very witty.
Okay, then take your time. Perfect. Brian is doing the Brian thing and staring at some walls. Amazing. In the inside of the tower, we have an irritated Capelli. I know this is hard for you to understand, but Mr. Gilbert and I have an understanding.
Stay the fuck away from my sister and let it go right now.
While
Considering the hostility I'm facing right now, no.
While he's
I'm rather
talking,
not.
I'm absolutely walking towards him.
Perfect.
Don't make me do this. I have more than magic.
I am sure you have. You have also no idea how often I have done things like this.
You have no idea who my friends are. And I'm not talking about these people. You have made a grave mistake. Let her go. Now.
Your emotional response tells me that she is very valuable to you. So no. Don't do
I am
anything stupid.
I am so sorry for this, Tom. This is gonna complicate things even more. But it's what my character would do.
Yeah, okay. What does your character?
And I try to invoke Josie. Or something. Let him join in on the fun of the last episode.
Okay.
I think
Call.
really hard of a loyalty card and that I want to spend a lot. And that he's gonna have fun doing this.
Okay. You can use Fate and Gnosis.
Hmm.
Just checking in with Ipsy. Do you have a plan? Is there something you want to do?
I think you're gonna have to repeat.
No, you don't have to repeat. I heard. I've been paying attention. I don't have a plan, and I'm really sorry for dragging the game down. Other than like maybe punch someone in the fucking face for no reason. It's just like smack someone.
Well, you would have some reasons to punch Brian, Capelli.
I'll go for Capelli.
Yeah, this seems trending right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch Capelli. No, I have my hammer. I'm gonna hit Capelli with my hammer, my gavel.
Perfect.
Yeah, I believe the term for what we have planned for Capelli is a boot party.
Anyone got a curb near? Okay, do I get the storytellers? Yeah, the story guide special.
Yeah, sure. Take it.
That's gonna be hilarious if I fail. But that's 3 successes. Yay!
Perfect. Okay. This will actually take a little bit summoning him.
I'm just gonna keep talking to Capelli in that sense and let Judith gavel him.
Judith
Well, I
and
don't
Nancy.
I don't have a weaponry skill.
That's okay. I don't have any brawl skill either. But my plan was, perhaps in working together, we can do something with this. We've already beat him up a little bit with time magic, but my plan was while you walk over and clock him in the face with your gavel, I walk over and step on his foot with my Doc Martens.
I like this plan. The family that plays together stays together.
Right, like, and I was gonna like draw back, like I'm gonna punch him and then step on his foot. So,
Right.
if there's
No,
any way that I can finagle that into a subterfuge instead of a brawl, I would love to take it.
This is fun. Yes, make it a subterfuge.
Awesome.
Anyway, I was saying I don't have weaponry, but I do have brawl.
Conviction.
I have conviction too. Yeah, I really want to punch this asshole in the face.
Yeah, then go ahead and punch him.
I'm gonna spend my last willpower to do this too.
Oh, sounds great.
My virtue is justice. Does this add anything to it, or does it help in any way?
It would give you basically you're now spoiling your chance to get on his good side for
Okay.
justice, for doing what's right, and that's stopping the killer. So you would refill your willpower pool after the action
Okay,
if you follow
cool.
through with your virtue.
So that's dexterity and brawl.
Yes.
All right.
Dexterity or strength.
I hope
Uh-oh.
I hope you get something because I got nothing. Big old
Uh-oh.
Gaseg. That's all right.
I
Working
got
together,
2.
we got something together. Can I regain my willpower because my virtue is loyal?
Who are you loyal to?
I'm absolutely doing this for Ellie. Like, I don't give a shit about her sister. I don't know her. You know, but
Yeah, I think going without a weapon towards one of the rather more dangerous people in this place, counts as loyal.
So yeah.
Do I get a
So
willpower?
wait.
back?
I need. I
Sorry.
think for my own mind's sake and for the audience, I need to resolve actions
Sorry.
before opening a third one. So, let's start with Nancy. You started walking first. You get over to him, and he's like, "Well, okay, if you necessarily want to be so close to me, I am happy to oblige." And you step on his foot, and he's like, "Okay." Not impressed much. And then Judy comes up and gives him a good punch with the bottom, with the pommel of her hammer into the face. And he's, ah, hmm, that hurt. And then he lets go of Theodora. And as he does, he changes. He becomes a little bit more broad-shouldered. He is less stiff in his attitude, in the way he stands. He's more leaning a little bit forward. The head goes a little bit further forward too. He is now more looking at you from just beneath his brows. And as he does this, the meager light that enters the room from the now closing secret door spell and through the half-covered windows is being sucked away in the shadow that he casts behind him. And suddenly he is much, much paler than Nancy tried to turn him. And since you're so close to him, Nancy,
Mhm.
you feel his grip on your throat. And I need to know your defense.
My defense is 3.
Beautiful. Cold. It's so cold. The palm that you can feel. And you can feel something inside you curling together, like into a ball, receding from your fingers, from your toes.
Is that death magic?
That's death magic.
I would love to counterspell that, please.
This sounds great. The thing is, that's just information for you. It's not a bot. You can't do this. It goes a step beyond of what you thought would be possible.
Okay.
He is right now severing something very important of you from your body.
Oh, does my pre-existing fate spell that I walked in with interfere with that?
Could you please remind me? So much is happening.
Sure, yeah. At the beginning, when we entered the scene, I cast a Fate 2 spell. That Fate 2 spell was basically supposed to act as fabricate fortune. So it tricks conditional durations or spells with conditional triggers into ignoring an event. It also can create false omens regarding the subject when scrutinized by fate magic. All deceptions provoke a clash of wills against those attempting to overcome the protections. Basically, it hides my destiny. So you
Yes.
try and do something else.
It's not that he is meddling with your destiny. He is
Okay.
meddling with your soul. But I could see that this would be confusing for him because maybe he's not aware that he's already pulling at your soul, and so he is trying to find it. And you can do your counter spell, Gnosis and Death,
I will.
and you have to have more than 2 successes.
I will drop a willpower on that. Can I pull from the GM pool?
Yes.
So that's an extra 2 dice, right?
It's 2 dice, yes, because it's not time magic.
All right, so that's 3 successes.
As you can feel the spell flooding into you and looking for something that you can't let go. You really can't. You send your own basically immune system into awareness and start defending and throwing false soul splinters into the air to distract the spell and diffuse it. And yeah, so you are in a struggle, currently protecting your soul. How does Judy react to this?
I believe Judy has stepped away for a moment.
Oh, sorry. You're right. Then you are struggling. Perfect. Josie is, or Ellie is calling for the chosen one, and Brian is looking at the runes at the wall. As you do this, you notice that there is something red coming flying into the room and being thrown against the Tower of Spoon. It looks like a red-robed person, but they don't move anymore.
It's an
And
ex-red-roaded person.
it's an extra. Yes.
Joined the choir invisible. Yeah.
You realize that there is a second purpose to this place. You had 2 successes at your dice roll? Or
I had 4.
4. Wonderful. So this place had a second purpose, aside of being a echo chamber. Or, well, it uses the echo chamber for this. It is especially an amplifier for time magic. And you find something within the wall that you're pretty sure is right now in Nancy's possession. It looks like as if it has always been there, integrated into the wall. There is your piece of chalk.
I attempt to take the chalk.
It's like superglued into the wall. And as you take a further look, you can see there's another thing integrated, neatly woven into the runes. There's a hammer that reminds you very much of Judith. And if you just look a little bit further, you find the locket. And what was the implement of Nancy?
I thought I had a necklace.
This could be, yeah, I think so too. And a necklace. They have been here, and they are connected to time runes. And as you start to put the pieces together, Moira steps out of the shadows from the tower. Really?
I try to take up like a defensible position, but after my 2 trips down the stairs, I more a limp in a more trying to like shield me with my arm, expecting an attack.
You had me almost worried that we wouldn't be able to use this place again. But here we are. I really hoped that this time we would find a different solution. It's far too often you. Far too often. Maybe for the next time we can do without you.
You haven't done it again, and you will do it again, and you did it a lot of times before. What are you trying to achieve? What is your outcome that you want?
Ending the siege. As I told you.
Then maybe share what is here. Remove the reason for the siege.
No. It would be lost like many miseries before. Grubby, dirty hands will get at them.
But it is already lost. That's why people try to find it.
Find it! Do you have even an idea who you bring here?
I do not. But at least they didn't ask me to kill someone.
No, because they will do the killing for themselves, because they enrich themselves by this.
And you
They
would
kill
enrich
to gain
yourself.
power. It's the entire deal. For centuries and millennia, they've been doing this.
So you're just using us time and time again to try and fix your little problem.
You are the only way to change the balance of power.
Maybe next time, explain that decently and not just ask us to trap our previous employees, people that we've known for years.
We tried before. It didn't change the outcome.
Maybe the outcome can be changed if you tried it so many times. Maybe it's time to change the outcome by losing. But
And
people like you cannot be changed.
House Helix would grow too powerful. They can't be allowed to have anything here inside. It's my responsibility to stop them, and I will do so. If this means an eternal cycle, I am ready for this. And she pulls up her arms and starts chanting. And as she does this, she resembles the broken statue from the scripture room. And she is invoking her real name, her bond to the watchtower she is connected to, the same way as Capaldi is doing in the tower right now. And she is about to restart the cycle again.
And I attempt to use the pen that Capelli gave me and jam it in her neck.
This sounds like a dexterity and weaponry roll to me. And as you do this, let's go inside the tower. And there we can see Judith and Nancy being very close to Capelli, who is choking Nancy right now. And you can, Nancy, you can see, Judith, you can see that he is trying to rip something vital out of her, something ephemeral. And she is resisting.
John, how can I help? What is my best course of action right now?
You could try to pull her away.
Will that make
You-
it worse?
He probably needs the physical contact to her. So, and she's fighting back, so maybe this could work. Also, you could try to mess with his mind,
With his mind.
change his perception about stuff. He is right now in the middle of a spell, so he is probably not very well in defending against another spell coming in.
I have mind 3. I'm just he's mid cast. I'm gonna distract him.
Do you want to send him some pictures? Do you want to mess with his perception of his surroundings, maybe his balance, maybe?
I'm gonna give him an earworm.
This sounds fun.
Yeah. How old is Nancy?
That's a beautiful question. I think I have it on my sheet. 1 second. Otherwise, if I don't have it written down, we'll say 22. But
22.
yeah, I sure didn't have the foresight to write it down. So 22.
So she would have been born around 2002.
Give or
Same year I
take.
was born, yeah. That'll be 2002.
Let's see. What's a good that's a good song from 2002. Oh, here we go. Complicated by Avril Lavigne. Here we go. That's a good one.
That's funny.
Wonderful. Okay.
Theme direct. And the memory of me and Nancy's dad taking a road trip across country, singing our hearts out to Avril Lavigne's "Complicated" like we're two idiots just fresh out of college, which we were.
Perfect. Then give me a mind and gnosis.
Mind and nurses. And I'm gonna spend another willpower.
Sounds brilliant.
No.
You only rolled 1 dice.
Oh, I don't know. Sorry, my brain is not braining. Mind. Yes, gnosis. There we go. And then it's +3 for willpower.
+3.
There we go.
Here we are. And this is actually enough to overcome his defenses. So the moment you're putting into his brain deeply confuses him. And Nancy feels how the hold over her is weakening, and the cold receding. And it's feeling less as if somebody's trying to rip out your spinal cord.
Is this dude distracted by whatever is causing this?
Yes, it's
Good. I
he's
would
very
like to
distracted.
knee him directly in his nutsack.
This sounds delicious. I think this is still a brawl roll.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend one of those willpowers that I just got back. You smell that? That's willpower burning. All right, 1 second. Because I have a terrible brawl score. It's kind of a joke. What? Hold on.
Do you need to look for something?
No, it was just, it's not giving me the right amount of dice. So anyway, so I'm just going to add an extra, because oh yeah, it is. Never mind. I forgot that Chronicles, you suffer a penalty when you don't have the skill.
Yeah.
That's still 2 successes though.
This sounds like it hurts. Yes, it hurts. And there is a barely suppressed sound of pain. And then there is a barely suppressed sound of joy, excitement.
Oh, ew.
It's not coming from Capelli.
I'm gonna say I brush off my knee and back up.
There is somebody coming from the floor above you, walking down the spiral staircase, waving a loyalty card.
Josie, I love you. I love you. I love you. Oh my God. Finally. You take your sweet time every time.
But it's a very long journey. What can I do? What can I do? Honestly, what can I do?
Oh, but you're finally here. This tall goat man once again entering.
He's not that tall.
No.
No, he's roughly about 2 meters now, not
Okay.
4 meters anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, still tall.
Yeah, looks like a mess. I've been here before.
Yeah, it's the spoon tower that we made.
Yeah, I
Remember?
don't like what you did to the place.
Yeah, no, me neither. But we kind of had to because this guy right there, and I point at Capelli, is trying to make your spoon tower a mess.
Oh no.
What is Capelli's reaction to seeing a Fae being here? Sorry, I just want to know.
He's very concerned about his lower body parts right now, and
Oh, yeah, okay.
some distracting earworms and memories in his mind that are not his own. And it does look like he's about to lose his composure.
Great.
And yeah. So just to get things straight, what do you want from me? I heard something about filling up the loyalty card. So
Yeah, we were in a little bit more dire situation then, but we got things a little bit more under control now. I know, I'm sorry. If you had come earlier, you could have joined in on the big fun, but now you only get the small fun.
You sure you got him handled? He looks like, I mean, yeah, not happy, but
Oh, I'm only talking about this situation. Whatever's going on in there, and I point at like where the mages have teleported and people are like people in red robes are coming out and getting like spluttered into a wall. I don't care about that. Theodore is my most important thing. So
is yay. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah, it's just
And because
just
Capelli tried to take my sister, I am going to make sure that he doesn't come out of this place alive.
I see. Okay, just checking because I wasn't talking about people outside either. I was talking about Mr. Soul Eater.
Yeah, yeah. So Josie,
Um,
Josie,
uh,
chosen one. How many stamps to get him to stop breathing and perish?
Parish. You need a second card for that.
What can I
And
give you in return immediately? You thinking of something?
mm, I don't know. Let me go? Not do this?
Why?
And the 2 meter tall satyr bows down to your ear and says, he is scary.
I look at the other mages and if we work together, because he's a bit preoccupied now.
Okay, we can, sure. You know
Come on,
what?
Josie, it'll be fun.
You know what? Do, is this something you want to do? Is this what you want?
Yes. I want to see him bleed for this.
Okay. 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 Decisions have been made. And he moves his shoulders a little bit. And as Nancy and Judith are getting into better positions, Josie pulls like 100 spoons from the wall, who are flying now through the air, like in this one wizard movie with the room full of keys. And they are more looking like dragonflies right now. And the first thing Josie does is sending down a swarm of buzzing spoon dragonflies on Capelli, who is now doing a thing. He decides that he doesn't like the tower. And he looks at the ground, fighting through an annoying car drive and trying to push out the song and trying to push out the pain. And then he decides, well, fuck it, pain it is. And he starts clawing at his left arm, ripping the skin from it. Blood runs down his hand. And then he vaporizes the floor and sends all of you falling down.
Oh no.
And looking at the time, I need to know what each of you is doing. And we start with Dr. Gilbert's because he is trying to prevent everything from happening again. So, what are you doing?
Question. How much willpower can I spend? And if
One.
there's only one. So, I was actually just gonna either try to unalive the woman or try to protect myself in so much prime that I will remember next time what happened here. That I start the cycle again with the knowledge of what is happening, so I can prevent all of us from coming here in the first place.
I like the idea. And I actually don't remember the first one you just suggested.
It was murder or
Oh, wait, we have to resolve you putting a pen into a neck.
I don't know which one. I'll roll again because a lot of people are using my name.
It's
So I'm
true.
just-
We are using your name.
Mhm.
It is not on purpose.
That's okay. Four,
Everybody
and
wants
a
Rand's mullet.
willpower 3.
Perfect. Okay. Um,
Don't know if the pen is magical, but it is pointy.
it is pointy. It's a very pointy pen. Um, you certainly distract her. You realize like there's now a blemish in the spell that she is building up.
And I will
Um,
use the blemish then to mind, not mind, but prime myself in the head.
And you, what is the idea that you're connecting your memories to? How do you want to preserve them?
Just like a memory. I want to make a pattern, make like code, almost like the language of truth, math, and just keep it in my head that next time I will have some sort of annoyance in my head, like with a little wall protected so it doesn't get reverted by the time magic. And that it will open the moment, like with a trigger, that the moment that we get invited for this party, for this retreat, that it comes back. And it just I would probably use well words of truth, and then just it comes back, and then I can stop us from coming here ever again, because we want out, and that this way we will never get out.
Okay.
The only way of getting out is never coming in the first place.
Then roll for prime and gnosis.
And I'm going to spell another willpower because why else did I have 7 willpower? And I also use the enhancement from the tower.
It's a 2.
Yes.
It's the echo chamber, yes.
3 successes.
And you carefully tug away the memory and the warning to yourself. The floor is gone. All of you have fallen onto the ground. Coming back, standing up. As you try to get your orientation back, you realize that Capelli is using the vaporized material to fill in the windows to block the door.
I'm not stuck here with him. He's stuck here with me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what it's going to take. I will see this man dead.
How do you do this? How do you try to kill him?
I don't know what Theodora is doing, but I am trying to do this like away from her, if that makes sense, so that she wouldn't see it too much.
She is just coming back to her feet, trying to understand what's happening.
Um, I'll just say, Lord forgive me, and I start to push Capelli's eyeballs into his sockets with my thumbs.
Doesn't sound nice. This sounds like strength and brawling.
Oh
Or brawl.
no.
Nancy and Judith, what are you doing?
I'm going to. I caught some. Am I aware of a time loop that's about to come around?
Probably not. No.
Oh, okay. Then, in that case, um, while I'm standing next to Capelli, while Ellie is gouging his eyes out, right?
You can if you want to.
Well, I
You
mean,
have to make.
I haven't moved, right? Oh, I guess we fell, right?
Yeah.
So, did Capelli fall with us?
He is up there and he is the first one standing because he's prepared. He made the floor disappear and then he used the material to basically shot all of you in.
I'm gonna
He
bite him in
is-
his Achilles tendon.
This sounds beautiful. There's also strength and brawl.
All right.
And Judith?
Sorry.
It's all right.
Spend another well.
Ellie is digging her thumbs in his eyes.
Yes.
I'm gonna try and push his head into it.
Okay. Wonderful. This is also brawl and strength.
Dang, and brawl.
You really want to see this guy dead.
No.
And together with the power of pure hatred? Not entirely sure. This is not what we call friendship, just to make this sure, children. Yes,
Spite.
this is not friendship.
With the power of spite.
With the power of spite.
My true name.
You're trying to break Capelli's body. As you trying to grind him down, the chosen one joins in and he has some hooves. As you break down the body, you expect something to happen, something to maybe come from it. It feels hollow in a way, as if you were breaking something down that wasn't living in the same way as you are. And there's something deeper and far more dangerous in there. Something that slips out. Theodora is a few steps away. But this means she is also within a few steps of reach.
I hate you. Oh.
And maybe this is the cycle that you're able to save, Theodora. Maybe it is the cycle that you once again learn that it's fucking hard to kill a Tremere. And then there is a shift. Something happens. And we visit a place that is very different. It is a colorful place. And if you first step into it, it can be very convoluted, very taxing. But if you just give yourself a little bit of time, you realize that all the different colors are matching actually very well. And you can find in every nook, in every corner, something interesting and fascinating. Maybe imagine the talisman chamber from Howard's Moving Castle. And there are brushes flying around, pens, always creating new trinkets and tiny bits and pieces that are here for a moment and then are fleeting away again. And all of this is Nancy sitting down and having breakfast with Judith, who brought down a mage of the left hand, who went on a killing spree not too long ago, and with Brian, who solved a major problem with a leaking ley line, rearranging the magical infrastructure of his city. And with Ellie, who took the liberty to give some payback to some really, really annoying people before having breakfast. And you are at home. It took you quite some time to finally break the cycle and to return to the place where you belong, where you awakened at the right time and chose and made the choices that led you to this place. And I thank you very much for finding the exit in the world's largest escape room and playing this game of Mage, the Awakening Tom Edition.
Thank you so much. Awesome, awesome game. Very, very cool. I love it. Thank you, Tom, so much for running. Thank you to our audience for being here with us over these 11 episodes. It's been a blast. let's go ahead and say our goodbyes. We'll start out with Josie. Please tell us who you are, what you do, who you're playing, your pronouns, their pronouns, and anything you'd like to promote.
Hi, my name is Josie Leedem. I played Eleanor, she, her, and I had way too much fun. I got to kill Capelli, which was at the end the only thing I wanted to do. And um, I got to be friends with a fey creature, and that was kind of fun. I yeah, I now there's gonna be an empty gap in my planner for every second Wednesday, and I don't like that. Um, I'll link the audio drama I'm in again as usual, with the reminder that we are now saving up all our episodes to then release them in one big go. Trying to do this before the end of 2024, but we cannot make any promises.
Sweet. And you're throwing that link in the chat, you said?
Yes.
Awesome. Next up, Ren, your pertinence, please.
Hello, Ren. Yes, I'm Ren. I played Dr. Brian Gilbert. Sadly, not Dr. Brian Tremere, but for a little while, I was an apprentice to a Tremere, and that is all someone like me can wish for. Thank you, Tom, for everything. It was amazing.
You're welcome.
Excellent. And then that brings us around to Ipsy, your pertinence, please.
Hi, this is Ipsy. Trying not to sneeze. I was Judith the Mysticos, and I was sick for this entire episode. And I want to thank everyone so much for their patience and understanding and helping me.
Thank you for soldiering on.
I did my best, you know. I'm very disappointed I didn't get to explode, but another time perhaps. Yeah. I will be here next week, same Onyx time, same Path channel for Scion, I believe it is.
We might be doing some Cyan, yes.
Yeah, we might be doing some Scion again with Tom and others. And I look forward to whatever madness and turbulence that shall ensue going forward. And hopefully I won't be as sick.
Well, I hope you feel better.
Thank you. I don't have anything to promote right now. Sorry for that. But I had so much fun. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of it.
Bless you.
Bless you indeed.
And then Tom, your pertinence, please.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, very, very, very big thank you to my party and to Ipsy for being here, to seeing this to the end. Yeah, this was very different from what I envisioned it to be in the beginning, and yeah, I am sorry that you didn't get to explode. I was counting on it, but I would have needed another half an hour to get to explosion. So, yeah. Okay. I was thinking if I have to plug anything right now, but I think my Changeling game for September is full, so I can't offer any spots there. And aside of some science shenanigans, I am going to be on summer break probably, so don't have much right now. I can point out that there are some very cool Kickstarters running right now, like Branch Riders and I don't know, Bizarre Kingdoms. Probably, if you didn't took me up on my laudations for the things that I both have backed, then yeah, it's the time now. So yeah, be responsible with your money and have a good time. And thank you for staying with us. And if you think, well, there happened so many confusing and silly things in this chronicle, and well, it's not actually how the rules are written. I am inviting you to have much fun with Mage the Awakening second edition. There are so many brilliant and cool ideas in there that I didn't get to touch, probably because Rules and I are not big friends. But they are there to facilitate an awesome game, and I can highly recommend it. And if you can run it better or differently from how I am doing it, please go ahead. Don't let anybody stop yourself. And if there's a little bit of paradox on the way, well, that's something that brings fun to the game, isn't it? So, yeah, go ahead and have fun. We started this to promote Tome of the Pentacle. I really enjoyed the book and basically built the entire chronicle on one spell example I read in the thing. And then there were the Tremere and Pancreatus Mage and yeah,
Pancreatitis.
pancreatitis mages. And yeah, so and there's much, much more in this book. And if this was a different castle, which I had thought of some way down in my planning process, we could have uncovered some very interesting secrets about the Tremere. But yeah, the game is what it is, and I think it was great. So once again, thank you and take care.
Thank you for running. I thought it was a blast. And thank you for the promotional stuff you did. You handled most of my work. So I'm Travis Heathay. When I'm not running games, I'm writing them. A couple last things I want to make sure you're aware of. The Squeaks in the Deep Companion just came out in POD and PDF. That is up over at Drive-Thru RPG at the link I just shared. Also, it's Nikola Tesla's birthday. And since it's Nikola Tesla's birthday, there's no better time for you to go and pre-order Trinity Continuum Aether. It's still up on BackerKit for pre-orders. So go pick up Aether. It is our sci-fi in the late 1800s. It's up for pre-order right now. In honor of the late great Nikola Tesla, grab yourself a copy and enjoy the wonderful gonzo adventures of fighting aliens and vampires and all sorts of fun stuff. I will be back on the channel tomorrow night for what the hell am I running tomorrow night? Tomorrow night for The World Below. If you can't wait until then and you want to see me before that, I will be over at the Roll for Seduction Twitch at 3 p.m. Eastern, running Odyssey's Novelords. So come by either. Hope to see you there. Hang out. We're going to go ahead and raid probably Bunny if she's still streaming. So take care of yourselves and each other. Wash your hands, wear masks, all that good stuff. And we'll see you again real soon.
Bye.
Bye.